Someone flying in to see it. Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Bulls in this one. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You take a look at Los Angeles, and you look at this team, 20 games back from the top spot. We'll see what they've got.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, they haven't been the dominant force lately that we've kind of come to expect. They're still going to be a factor, though, in the postseason.
Without a doubt, no matter what the seed is for this team, they're a team you don't want to face in the playoffs.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward. Now here's Crawford. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. But last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Griffin, and he goes in for the dunk.
He makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Rose passes to Gibson, and Griffin sends it back. Crawford outside. No good off the front iron.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
High arcing shot. Jordan with some nice D. Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Gibson against Crawford, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against the 76ers.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. They got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. Multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. You can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Pierce is checked in for Green. There's a minute 34 left here in the first quarter. And again, Chicago, no good.
The Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
It's stolen by Rose. And now Rose running the floor. Oh, look at that jam. Wow. Just beautiful.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Dunleavy's shot is off.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
It's Pierce on the wing, defended by Dunleavy. Jordan kicks to Paul. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. Totally collapsed the defense on him.
Pushing it up. And Gibson sends it back. And they'll keep possession. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one falls for Crawford. He doesn't get the second one. Outside Butler. And again, no good by Chicago. The Clippers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasizing.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft. Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad, Tommy, in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who was a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Chicago.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Luke Mbamute out there with Green. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Cole Aldrich. And it's Rivers in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Rivers. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
The Clippers trail. McDermott with a steal to the inside. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Here's Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Brooks has got his first 2 points of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
The drive by Paul, passes it to Jordan. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Jordan's got his first bucket in this one. Brooks against Paul. Brooks misses. Clippers trail by 6.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. As former coach of the year, rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Offensive rebound. Noah dishes to McDermott. Butler from outside. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
And he's now made 3 3-pointers here in the second, starting to get it going.
And Doc Rivers passed the 700 win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well? No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
So for the Clippers, Griffin's checked in for Pierce. Johnson comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Here's Griffin, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
And the Clippers miss again. The Bulls leading by 6. Here's McDermott. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Mirotic. It's deflected. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul. And taken away by Johnson. Moving it up. That's good from Crawford on the assist from Wesley Johnson.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the